I'm fucking ready.
Oh, and if you're ready, I'm ready too.
Oh,
buddy, I'm fucking ready.
Welcome to the business.
3, 2, 1. And welcome everybody back to the Built Different Show. I'm here with Matt. I'm Tom, and as you know, we are going to bring you all the sports. NBA is in the playoffs. Matt can't stop laughing because I'm just so fucking funny. But
I didn't know you was actually gonna do that transition.
I'll leave the transition in the edit. But you know, we got the NBA playoffs. NFL is starting to heat up with some storylines. Baseball, we're approaching mid-season, so we got a lot to talk about. How you doing?
Same old shit, dog. You know that. Same old shit. Ain't nothing going on in big old Matt's life. Anyway, how you doing?
Man, I mean, I got a haircut.
You got a haircut. I also got a haircut, but it's okay.
You did?
Like, you know.
What did you just get?
Maybe like 6 days ago.
A lineup or something?
No,
That's
6 days ago. I definitely have less hair though. It's okay.
I really wish Matt kept his long hair. That would have been such a vibe for the podcast.
No.
But
it wasn't meant to be anymore.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I just felt like, you know, I mean, you guys saw the hair. It was getting really, really long. I was looking like a Wolverine. I probably could have kept the beard.
But the beards, though, yeah.
I know.
Come on.
I know. I just, every time I shave the beard, it comes back better. So, I think one more time here, and I'll probably have the beard for the rest of my life.
Can't relate.
No, it's getting there. Yeah, this is probably the most facial hair you've ever had. Nonetheless, let's open it up with a blind ranking. So what do you got for me? I'll let you begin.
Okay.
So as you guys know, blind ranking, we give 5 things in a blind order, and we have to rank them, and hopefully we don't fuck up the order.
All right, so mine are based off of sports duos in history.
Oh, like all sports?
Sports duos.
Golly.
So, started off, I'm going Ken Griffey Jr. and A-Rod.
Ooh, damn, man, because they didn't win shit.
But you love them.
But I love them. So, you know what? Ken Griffey and A-Rod. A-Rod was absolutely electric and young. Ken Griffey was electric and young. But I have a feeling you got some way more spicier picks. So I'm going to put them number 3. I think it's a safe.
Good start.
It's a safe.
You know,
it's
safe
bet.
Safe
because I don't want to put them 1 and then you're like Jordan and Pippen and I'm fucked. You know what I mean?
Of course. Duncan and Parker.
Do I get canceled here?
If we were going trios and it was Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, they're the most winning trio in basketball history. So, but Duncan and Parker. Parker does have a Finals
4.
MVP.
I put them 4.
4. Okay.
I can't put them last because they're obviously not last. But at the same time, I can't put them above just because, again, I feel like you got some more heat cooking. And at the same time, I think Tony Parker's underrated. I just don't think he compares to a lot of other
sidekicks. Yeah. No, I feel you. So, number 3, I got Big Ben and AB.
5. Big Ben's big rapist, and Antonio Brown is now big CT.
All right, so I got then next Shaq and Kobe.
Oh, cool, 1.
Okay.
Yeah, Shaq and Kobe, easy 1.
So I feel like you did really good on this list. So then I got Brady and Gronk.
Oh damn!
To be number 2.
Okay, I mean they can
either be 1 or 2.
That's wow.
Yeah, you had a great list.
Let's go.
You had a great list.
I'm about to cook Matt now.
Oh wow,
that's
terrified.
Good. I mean, so yeah, I had. Who did I have number 1?
So you had Kobe and Shaq number 1, Brady Gronk number 2, Ken Griffey Jr. and A-Rod number 3, Duncan and Parker number 4, and Big Ben and AB.
Realistically, the only thing I'd probably actually change is I'd probably put Duncan and Parker 3. Because, again, Griffey and A-Rod didn't win nothing.
Yeah, they didn't do
A-Rod left too early. Griffey got injured and then left.
Yeah.
He left and then got injured.
They were just young and electric. That's all it was.
And then I'd probably put Brady and Gronk as number 1 over Kobe and Shaq just because they
they each won 3
We're talking... Well, no. Brady and Gronk won 4. They won again in Tampa Bay.
Gronk has a 4th?
They won in Tampa Bay.
I thought he only had 3. Okay.
I thought they won 3 in New England, 1 in...
I thought he had 2 in New England, 1 in Tampa.
Someone fact check.
No, you might be right. But either way.
So this is all-time players.
You did pretty solid.
Wow.
This is all-time NBA players?
Yes.
Okay.
No, yeah. All-time NBA players.
Okay.
All right, so first player, Chris Paul. And I'll let you know if...
Because are you going to go real meaty fucking Opier? Or are you going to have some heavy hitters on here? I'm going to go Chris Paul at... Chris Paul at 4.
Okay.
Chris Paul at 4.
That's good. That's a really good pick.
Okay.
All right. Hakeem Olajuwon.
2.
2?
2.
Okay. So you got Hakeem 2, Chris Paul 4.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant.
3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you cooked this list.
Okay.
I feel like you
I'm
cooked
wilding?
this list.
I'm bugging?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you left number 5 open.
Okay.
Chris Humphries.
Number 5. Number 1. No, number 5.
And Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
That's a fair number 1.
Okay, that's a fair number 1.
He's got 3 MVPs. He's still going. Could win more finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to pick a bunch of, besides Humphries, I wanted to pick a bunch of guys that are in that, like, you know, they're not, maybe they could be argued for top 10, but they're mostly...
like 11 to like 25 tier, give or take. Okay,
and then Chris
okay.
Humphries. I ate. Okay, good.
You
left number 5 open. I thought you'd hate and put one of those, like, 5. Just
Chris Paul, Hakeem, or KD? You thought I was going to go one of them 5?
Because I thought maybe you would think that I'm going to throw in, like,
heavy hitters.
Jordan or LeBron.
Well, that's why I tested the waters with CP3 at 4. And then
when you said CP3 4, I was like, "Fuck, you got me."
Yeah. Hey, sorry, we both did good though.
Because I thought you were gonna put them 2, 3, 5, somewhere in there.
All right, we both killed those lists.
Absolutely.
Copy.
So NBA playoffs, that's a good transition.
100%.
So the Mavericks, they defeated the Timberwolves. Me and Matt looked like absolute fucking geniuses. I've been saying it all year long. I personally wanted Luka to win MVP since day one.
Yeah, 100%.
Since Ja Morant died. But Luka, he gets the job done.
Ja Morant died. He had no chance of winning MVP this season.
Well, but I said...
He wouldn't have played enough games.
Did I say that last year or this year? I said that
last year.
Oh, okay.
Embiid was the one who was supposed to win
so
this year.
So I did say Luka this year.
Yeah, you said Luka most of the whole day.
Okay, so I'll cut that all out. But, Luka, I've been on this Luka train all year. Reason being is because he has the playoff experience. He went to the Western Conference Finals, lost to the Warriors. He got that gut punch. He has a great coach, I think. I think Jason Kidd has come a long way as a coach.
100%.
Again, shout out to the Mavs front office. Because
shout out Kyrie.
They traded for Kyrie last year and it didn't necessarily work, but Mark Cuban re-signed Kyrie, made him feel comfortable for once. And I think that is the key. If you find a really good player, like a formerly toxic player, and you make them feel comfortable and locked in, that is dangerous because we could see the player that Kyrie is now, and they're going to the finals.
And that's why I said shout out Kyrie.
Yeah.
Because, bro, Kyrie plummeted his trade stock in this league to where they literally only had to give up, Dinwiddie and a first and like a couple other
and you see how Dinwiddie ended up.
And
he
like
didn't help
Dorian
Brooklyn whatsoever.
Smith or something.
Didn't help Brooklyn whatsoever. Didn't help the Lakers whatsoever.
And it's just like, and it's just like you gave up minimal assets, 1 first, and got Kyrie, who's been one of the biggest shot makers of this,
one of the
decade.
most talented players we've ever seen, and he's getting his flowers.
One of the most skilled players, and it's funny because last few years, internet was hating on Kyrie. Yeah, internet loves Kyrie,
and the reason
why
I believed in this Mavericks team so much is because. Like, when it comes to Kyrie, he's one of those players that no matter what happens on or off the court, he's talented. And that's not going to disappear.
It's not going to go.
It's not going to go. He's not going to bring it on the court. And the reason why I say that is because on the Nets, when he was barely playing and shit like that, he was still showing up.
When he did play,
showing up,
he would pop a 50 bomb, a 40 bomb. But then when he wouldn't be there, it
hurt them for sure. But when he showed up, he was a heavy gun there.
100%.
And getting PJ Washington, very underrated trade. If anyone could have gotten their hands on
Lively
PJ
in the draft, called it.
Derek Jones in free agency was huge. Keeping Tim Hardaway this long. Mm-hmm. I know he hasn't really done much this playoffs.
And then, Josh Green, keeping him in the rotation because earlier on into the season he was dog shit.
Absolutely.
Especially after last year, you thought he was about to take a really big jump this year. But these playoffs, he's contributed contributed.
Yeah.
His fair share.
And the thing with Jason Kidd is that he believes in his players, right? Like Derek Lively,
he empowers them.
If Derek Lively went almost anywhere else, he's probably not getting the minutes that he got right away.
Yeah, he started off bat over Dwight Powell, and literally opening night, he outdid Wemby. And from there on out, he's just had a solid, little course for his rookie year. Yeah, he had some,
up and downs,
but a rookie starting center, in this league,
a rookie center that can't really shoot. So it's really hard for a center to establish yourself in this league when you can't shoot. But you got to play your role really fucking well.
He's a great rim runner.
He did that.
He's good in the pick and roll. He's good defensively. He can stay on his man. He can kind of go out to the 3 and defend a little bit.
And that's why I said like that series with the Nuggets. I think whoever got out of that series between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, it hurt them because they exposed each other.
Yeah, they both ripping each other up.
With the Nuggets, basically, you take Murray and Porter out the game and let Jokic do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
that's it. With the Timberwolves, you take Cat and Gobert and make them useless and let Anthony Edwards shoot himself out the game. That's the key, and that's exactly what they did. And like I told you guys, I said it's not going to be a situation where they're going to take turns blowing each other out. Once the Mavs smelled blood, they smelled blood. They took advantage. It was some close games, but they knew what they had to do at the end of the day to get the job done. It's crazy
because with how good of a series Ant had against the Nuggets, his first 3 games against the Mavs, he literally shot a league worst in history of star players taking a certain amount of shots. He shot 29% through those first 3 games from the field, not from 3, from the field.
And I'm
an Ant supporter.
Right, exactly.
I'm not shitting on Ant, but that's just. It goes to show how locked in the Mavs were.
And I can't hear that they're tired. The reason why I can't hear that they're tired is because Luka's out there with all these fucking minor injuries, drinking beer, like just doing whatever.
You saw his
Michael Finley?
Yeah, Michael Finley, the president of the Mavs.
Taking the beer from him, just like, God damn
him and his dad are just chilling there, and he just looks and goes, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, for the best. Luka, don't get drunk. We need you.
Yeah. We need you locked in, big dog. But, good series, Mavs dominated.
Rudy Gobert, that's the thing. Like, Rudy Gobert, I give him props. He had a better year this year than he's had in the past.
But his outlying factors are still there.
Can't use them in the playoffs. It's tough. Like, I think it was game 2 or 3. Like, he only played 3 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And that's all you can really get out of him. Because as much as he's improved on the pick and roll, as much as he's improved on these switches... Yeah. At the end of the day, he can't do it over a full crunch period. A close fourth quarter, he can't do it over a full period. And I thought, Cleva getting healthy towards the end, I was like, God damn, because that's his kryptonite right there, Maxi Cleva. We've seen what he's done to Rudy Gobert before.
Ripped Rudy
I know he didn't really do nothing in this playoffs, but I was just like, shit. But overall, shout out to the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards really stamped his name in this league this year. I think, what they really need to do is they really need to remind Cat to just be a role player. I think it's ridiculous when he's out there shooting 5 for 19. There should be no reason Cat's shooting 19 shots.
But the one game they did win, Cat had a phenomenal game.
And that's true.
But they need Cat to be a number 2, but not try to be a number 1. Right. They need Cat to know he's a number 2. And honestly, I think this playoff run was great for not only just the Timberwolves, but I think that this playoff run was great for the Thunder as well. I think both of these teams really learned what they can do and what they need to change. And
so not a lot of people were giving them a chance.
Yeah. And so the Thunder, literally, Sam Presti said before the season, he was like, "Yo, bro, we need to make a run, lose." See what we're worth, and then we will make the changes accordingly once we know what we got.
It's not that.
And literally, they made a run. They tried. They lost. Now, you have a max slot. You have a million fucking picks. You have Josh Giddey, who isn't fitting with the team anymore. Include all that. Yeah. Get somebody big. And then for the fucking Wolves, you see,
you need another scorer.
You need another reliable scorer, or you need somebody.
It's just like the Mavericks. Like when Luka was cold, they had Kyrie. When Kyrie was cold, they had Luka. They need that for Ant because it's not going to be Cat.
Yeah,
Cat was good. 1 and 4 games talking about. And what I don't like about Cat is he's in the media talking about I shoot 1,500 shots every day when we know that's big fucking cap. Like no one's shooting 1,500 shots a day. No one's fucking doing that.
Well,
maybe someone's doing that with a couple of off days, but no one's doing that. Like, you know what that requires? Like, I'm not an athlete, but I know shooting 1,500 shots as an athlete would, like, completely take your legs from you for the next couple days.
At least. Arms more than your legs.
Arms, legs,
your
whatever.
arms will be cooked. You wouldn't want to lift them next. But given they're athletes. But I know, like, Curry says he doesn't leave the gym until he makes 500 threes. Makes, not takes, makes. Yeah. So, taking 1,500
but that's also him. Like, he's also the best shooter on earth. I doubt everyone's doing that. You know what I mean?
Yo, where did this fucking fly come from, bro? The door opened one time, and now there's a fly here. Bro, that motherfucker was in my ear.
Wild West, bro.
It's a wild, wild west. That motherfucker was at my ear. But, Cat's arguably the greatest shooting big man we've ever had. So, I mean, like...
Cat?
Is like, as far as a star player,
like,
yeah.
Ever?
Arguably.
Better than Dirk?
Arguably.
No.
Arguably.
You don't believe that.
Arguably.
Better than Dirk.
He's definitely there.
He's not there.
He takes way more shots than Dirk and is more efficient than Dirk. And given Dirk was in an era where efficiency wasn't key, like he was in the Kobe era where, you know, they weren't caring about efficiency as much, but Cat's definitely arguably the best big man shooter of all time. 100%. 3-point shooter.
We're going to argue this.
Midi, Dirk got him with like that little leaner, the 1-footer.
We'll argue this next episode. But, I don't know. I think the Timberwolves definitely have something big to work off of. I think the Timberwolves, what they remind me of is the Denver Nuggets. I think they've kept this core together for, 3 years now, right?
What core?
Cat and Anthony Edwards. I know they've added Rudy Gobert along the way.
This is 4 years with Cat and Anthony Edwards, but 2 years with Gobert.
I think they have a core that they've kept together for a while now. They've made it from the first round to the second round. You know, I think they're slowly progressing just like the Nuggets did. I think if they're really smart in that front office, I think they don't go out and get another star. Don't get out and do nothing crazy. I say just get another shooter, get another bench player, or get another solid point guard. Let Mike Conley come off the bench.
That's what I'm thinking. Get
a solid, bench player like Melton or somebody like that. And
Melton or Milton?
Melton, my bad. Melton. Melton.
Yeah. Okay, because I was a shake. Milton, I don't know.
No. He's on the Knicks, and he did bad. Yeah. But nonetheless, shout out to the Timberwolves. I think in other years, I think the Mavericks have that magic. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I think if they ran into any other team, I think they're going to the finals. But the Mavericks have that magic. They have that chemistry right now. They have everything working for them. The only team that I think can beat the Mavericks is the Celtics, and we move on to the Celtics. So the Celtics beat the Pacers, sweep them. As I said, I mean, we all knew that the Pacers didn't have a shot,
especially once Haliburton went down in the middle of game 2.
Yeah, my only issue with the series is that I think the Pacers were able to exploit the mismatches that they had with the Celtics.
Yeah, they had a close couple games.
Almost took 2 or 3 games there. Even after Haliburton was down, they made Game 4 pretty close. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
The only blowout game was Game 2 where Haliburton went out.
Yeah.
All the other 2 games they were able to adjust. Nembhard had a fucking great little run those last 2 games.
Oh, here's the baked mac.
Oh.
Hold on, we're about to come.
Anyway,
but this is what you get from the podcast. You just get a few ADHD folks, and you get what you get.
She slammed the Big Mac on the table. Yeah. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, I know. You guys get what you get.
Boom. I feel. I mean, of course, they still, Kristaps wasn't in play, so it was like, they let their big man, given, the Miles Turner was cooking the fuck up the last 2 series against the Knicks and against the Celtics. But, I mean, it's just...
I don't like Miles Turner.
No. But that's not the question at hand.
Yeah.
What did you find... Did you find interesting about Jaylen Brown getting the...
No.
Whatchamacallit?
Because I absolutely... even though Jason Tatum had better counting stats...
Yeah.
A lot of his counting stats were, irrelevant. It's
bro,
weird.
mad people were tight about it on social media, and I was just like, bro, fuck Jason Tatum. I saw this on the internet. I sound like an old dude. I saw this on Facebook 2 weeks ago. Jason Tatum is the Michael Jordan of Tobias Harris's. He is not a superstar. Get that out of your guys' head. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Well, with Jaylen Brown, you got to also consider, like, game one, right? Got out the game with that game-winning 3, right? Yeah. And he had his scoring spurts put the Pacers away throughout the whole series.
Yeah.
Tatum had a great series. No doubt. Did Tatum have a better statistical series than Jaylen Brown? Yes. And will he continue to probably do that? Yes. But Jaylen Brown had a bigger impact. Yeah. His defense was better.
Yeah.
His shot making in certain situations was better. And that's the thing with Jaylen Brown is that do I think he's a better player than Jason Tatum? Absolutely. No. I do.
You think Jaylen Brown's a better player in general?
Just because the defense that he brings and when he's on an actual hot streak.
Tatum's a good defender, but
when he's on a hot streak with his shot, he's almost he reminds me of Kawhi.
See, also... Relax. But once
how is that bad?
No. Relax. But I'm just saying. So last year, I feel like gave a bad taste to Jaylen Brown to a lot of people because first off, that huge extension.
Well, he got a max. He's the richest player right now.
Yeah, he got the biggest deal in history.
He's the richest player until
Shea
and Luka get their money.
The playoffs. Yeah. You saw
80 million.
Yeah. But
I wish I was a fucking NBA player.
But fucking. Where was I? Yeah, last year the playoff run the Celtics had. It left a lot of people really not fucking with Jaylen Brown. He can't go left. His defense fell off a cliff in the playoffs last year. Couldn't dribble. His shot making was real iffy. But this year, especially from half of the year on, from maybe a little before All-Star break on, Jaylen Brown really started picking it the fuck back up. Showing that the player, he's the reason he got paid was because of this. He is still really good on defense. I wouldn't say Kawhi Leonard-esque, but...
It just reminded, I'm not saying, it was, full-blown, he's Kawhi, but it just reminded, his
defense is different from Kawhi.
Yeah.
Because Kawhi got the long arms, big hands, but, Jaylen Brown can be gritty, he can get into the mud, he can do his thing. But, this series didn't fucking shock me, man.
I just think the biggest thing from this is that the Celtics really need to shore up, one, playing down to their competition, because you can't do that anymore.
They've been doing that for the
last 3 years. This is their last series they can do that. Because the Mavericks are up to par with them.
Yeah.
And 2, it's I don't know if... all right, let's move on to the Mavericks and the Celtics. The only thing that I'll say about the Pacers is that this playoff run showed me nothing about the Pacers for their future. Because they got a little lucky. They got a beaten Bucks. They got a beaten Knicks. I don't care what Jalen Brunson said in the media lately. He said that he hates the narrative that the Knicks only lost because of the injuries. Yes, the Knicks only lost because of the injuries. I don't care what you say, Jalen Brunson.
That's 100%.
It's okay to say that. It's absolutely okay.
If
OG was healthy, it would have been.
If you guys were full powered, y'all would have smacked them in 5 or 6. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
But, Pacers, they didn't really show me nothing besides that Tyrese kind of, I don't want to say chokes, but the lights are a little bright, man.
This is his first playoffs, too, though.
So I kind of just want to see what happens next year, see if they can keep Siakam. I think Siakam did good, but it was only because, again, the Celtics let the Pacers exploit their weakness, which at that time, because Kristaps was out, was that they couldn't guard the big men. So Miles Turner and Siakam were going fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then Tyrese Halliburton was sometimes taking advantage of his height advantage over Drew Holiday. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the Mavericks, I don't think they necessarily have a mismatch over the Celtics, besides Luka.
When is Kristaps supposed to be slated?
It's game 1, apparently.
Apparently
he's gearing up game 1.
Good, because the 3-man duo of Lively, Gafford, and Washington would really cause Al Horford and Xavier Tillman trouble.
But that's the thing, is Kristaps, he's not active on defense either.
He's not, but he's still somebody to tire them three out. He can get foul trouble.
But I also don't trust Gafford and Lively to really expose that either. Fully, to where it can carry the entire offense.
No. I'm not talking about offensively those 3 can do anything. Yeah. I'm talking about they hustle a lot more than fucking Al Horford can, and they'll get offensive boards over him. They'll get little crafty steals and blocks and stuff to where they will expose it just by the fact that they hustle more, and they'll get way more possessions based off of the offensive rebounding they would get over Horford, because Horford likes to play midi.
Well, here's what I'll say though: for the series, Celtics Mavericks, I think it's going to come down to a couple things. One, and these are going to be obvious things. I'm going to sound like a total fucking narc, but the two things that this depends on is one, can Luka Magic be magical in the finals?
Can he do it one more series?
Because I really think Kyrie's going to get locked down this series. Because the Celtics have the defense for him.
They got Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown right there.
And they're all, like,
all three of them.
Luka can't be guarded. I think that's been proven. I mean, the Timberwolves had the top defense. Thunder had a good defense. No one was able to stop
Did Luka have a few rough games?
Yeah, of course.
He
was
still effective with, his assists, his rebounding, certain shot making, key shot making. His whole stretch of the game wasn't great, but key shots.
Yeah, because the last time Luka choked, I don't want to say choked, but he ran out of gas against the Warriors.
I wouldn't say choked.
He ran out of gas against the Warriors. I fear that for this series against the Celtics, but it's going to be up to him on the Mavericks side. And on the Celtics side, it's going to be completely up to Jason Tatum. Because I really don't think the Mavericks have something that... Because if what they do, if they put P.J. Washington on Tatum, they're leaving Brown. They put him on Brown, they're leaving Tatum. One of them is going to be left open to have a high-scoring game every single game. So it's going to be up to Tatum.
Yeah, they're really going to have a mixture of Derek Jones, Exum, and Tim Hardaway on Jaylen Brown, and it's tough, man.
It's going to be completely up to which star shows up.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest with you, I have more faith that Luka's going to show up than Tatum.
So do I.
But at the same time...
real quick, what do you have the series?
You go first. Because it's tough, because realistically on paper, the Celtics, in my eyes, they outmatch the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Because they have four guys there, Derek White... Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, those four.
And Porzingis.
It's hard to really defend all that, especially a team like the Mavericks, where they're more offense than they are defense. But at the end of the day, it's like, one, they haven't been tested to this point. They really haven't. I mean, technically they were tested by the Pacers, and they got kind of lucky in some of those games because the Pacers weren't ready to really deliver any final blow in any of those games.
Well, and also two of their best scorers were out. Mathurin was out the whole series. He's been out the whole...
Oh, my God. Imagine Mathurin was there.
And then Halliburton was out.
Mathurin has that fucking confidence, bro.
Yeah.
Mathurin has that confidence that could have gotten them a game or two.
OD. But it's just so... The Celtics had an easy fucking run, man.
But I can't go back on Luka Magic now. I'm going Mavericks in 7. I think this season has been so fucking good that I think we're going to get a 7-game series. I think Boston has home court advantage.
Mm-hmm. They had the best record in the league.
Yeah, they have home court advantage, but oh God, in Boston game 7. But that
a lot of racial slurs at Kyrie, I'm just saying.
But that plays up to Luka and Kyrie, though. They love playing on the road. They love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Tatum hates that shit. Tatum's gonna hate that in Game 6. They might be up 3-2 and blow that Game 6, and all the momentum goes to Dallas.
I have Mavericks in 6.
Ooh. Okay.
Mavericks in 6.
Yeah, because it's like, realistically, if the Celtics win, I won't be shocked.
Ooh.
They should win.
But I think Kyrie's gonna really... I think Kyrie's going to win it in Boston, actually. So do I go 5 or 7?
If Kyrie wins it in fucking Boston, oh my Lord.
He might lose his life that night. Boston's crazy.
Lose his life.
Boston's savage.
Lose his life.
Somebody might try to take his life. Boston is different, brother.
Yeah, no, I feel like they couldn't celebrate on the court. If
they need to immediately get the fuck out of there. They need to do the trophy ceremony somewhere else.
No, because
Not in the
if
arena.
the Mavericks are winning, Luka's going to talk shit to the crowd, and they're going to get all tight at him, and then they're going to already be tight at Kyrie.
Yeah.
And PJ
I don't
Washington's
hope this is going to happen. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying Boston
realistically,
is nuts.
I'll say this, man. Tatum.
But no, I got Mavs in 6.
Tatum needs this. The Celtics need this.
But who needs it more? Luka.
I don't know, because I really do think the Mavericks have something to build on.
Oh,
here.
no, I mean, I want him to win it more.
Of course.
That's not...
But it's
he doesn't
like...
need it.
But Luka's going to extend. Kyrie's there for another 3 years. Like, realistically, the Mavericks, they can afford a loss here. The Celtics cannot.
Yeah, no, the Celtics
cannot
need
afford a loss.
to win.
Tatum will be a free agent after next year. And if he wants to stay, they're going to have to trade somebody, because they just, for whatever reason, they just extended Drew Holiday.
That was
so they're locked up. If they are to extend Tatum, they're with this same team for years, and they're going to get figured out. That's the name of the NBA.
Drew Holiday has already regressed. He's already getting older.
Because if they were good enough, if they were absolutely good enough, they would have won already without Kristaps.
Yeah.
They would have already won. But hey, cheers.
Fuck do I know?
Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely have the Mavericks. I want to see it. I want to see Luka get his first. But do I feel like it's too good to be true?
What conversation does that put Kyrie in?
I think it puts him in a good one, man. I think it puts him above Chris Paul. And where do you have Chris Paul? Like 6th, 5th?
Oh, that's a conversation, isn't it?
But we'll have that conversation when it happens.
That's a conversation, isn't it?
It is.
We will talk about that another time, because that just hurt. That hurt my chest.
So the Hawks won the draft lottery. Take us through that.
Take us through the draft lottery, or what I think they should.
Just take us through anything draft related, because I will say this: I'm a little tipsy right now, and I'm not up to date too much on the draft.
He doesn't really follow the upcoming prospects.
Just because, like, I was kind of enamored by women's basketball this year. Mm-hmm. I was one of the guys that I'm completely enamored. I'm following Angel Reese, following Caitlin Clark right now, following the WNBA a little bit. The men's prospects, it's not, in my opinion, it's not looking too good. But usually when that happens, like Anthony,
there's going to be diamonds in the rough.
Like
baby.
Anthony Edwards' draft class. Like usually when that happens, when no one was hyped about it, there's been diamonds in the rough. So
this 100%. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like this draft class is filled with 1 through 10 could really go however the fuck it goes. Honestly,
I do feel like the Hawks should trade their pick. They're in a position. They're in a great position. They have a great team right now.
Yeah.
It might not work necessarily, but
they have great pieces.
They can get a piece to make it work.
Yeah. So in my opinion, I feel like this draft, all in all, 2024 NBA draft, the prospects, it's a crapshoot. Not of anything bad, but of just players who I could see 12 of them randomly just breaking out and being all-stars, or I could see just them all just shitting the fucking bed. I could see it's a draft filled with potential. So if the Hawks were to keep the pick, the only guy they should fucking go for is Alexander Sarr. He is.
I would put him above. Man.
Well, first off, that would suck for Nneka Okongwu, because that man. I feel like the Hawks are about to trade Capella finally. They would finally give Okongwu the starting position. But if you're drafting Alexander Sarr number 1, he's getting that starting position.
And I think this is just where the NBA is going. These big men that could dribble and shoot and rebound and do everything.
The Wemby
it's the future.
And
literally 2 years ago, Chet was number 1. Last year, Wemby was number. Oh, wait, no, Chet wasn't number 1. My apologies, but he was gonna go number 1 before Paolo rose to number 1. Magic took him.
I mean, no. Paolo was always 3rd.
But we were shocked when he went number 1.
I mean, not Paolo. Chet was supposed to be 3rd. Then it was supposed to be Paolo at 2, and it was supposed to be Jabari Smith at 1. That's what the projections were up to the day of the draft. Yeah. That was the projections. And
that draft was wild.
Yeah, that draft was when Magic took Paolo, I was like, what?
I think we all were. We were like, wow. But it works.
Oh, yeah, Paolo. Shout out fucking Paolo.
It works.
Anyway, but do I think they should keep this pick? Fuck no. You have Trae Young, a star in this league, who, if there's another bad season and the media is really going at him as the fall guy and everything, he's going to want the fuck out. And then you have a bunch of really fucking good pieces around him that, it might not work currently, but
It'll work one day.
Like you said. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like you have to make a choice here. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray. You make a choice. I don't think you keep them anymore.
I think you do.
I don't think so.
I think it's worth another year. Reason being is because, you trade this number 1 pick. You trade it for a phenomenal stretch big.
Okay.
Power forward, center, whoever's going to be available. I don't know. I can't tell you that right now. But someone's going to want that number 1 pick, and they're going to want to, give up something really nice for it. And I just think that Trae and DeJounte is a good start to something because DeJounte can play defense, where you can hide Trae. Because Trae, no matter what, you have to pair him with someone that could play defense. And DeJounte, you got someone right there.
Last year he didn't, or this past year he didn't.
Yeah, and granted, I just don't think anyone around them this year performed. And Trae has shown you in the past that he can bring you to the places you need to go. It's just when you got to that places, you didn't have the pieces around him to get the job done. Now, I think you got a good start. Should they be separated? Maybe. I think you can get a lot for DeJounte. You can get a lot for Trae Young.
I think you go and trade DeJounte for Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
I feel like Brandon Ingram would be a great fit alongside Trae, and I think DeJounte alongside Zion could be a great fit. And then I feel like you experiment with that number 1 pick, like you said, trading for a big man, maybe putting Capella and that number 1 pick together because Capella has a nice little $19 million, I think, salary, so you can now get a piece back without being like below or under the cap or anything. So I feel like number 1 they trade that pick. So then I feel like number 1, though, goes Alexander Sarr. Whoever gets that fucking pick. I feel like Alexander Sarr should be that number 1 pick.
If the Hawks end up keeping that pick and getting him, I would fucking love all that.
Yeah. And then still, trade DeJounte for Brandon Ingram. That's what I'm at.
I don't know. I love Brandon Ingram. It's just this year kind of just, I don't know, man. He wasn't what I thought he was going to turn into. I
just feel like, because this year they literally fully had to integrate Zion back into the system. And this wasn't the same Zion that we had prior. This was a whole different play style of Zion. Wasn't as aggressive, wasn't as, forceful getting to the rim. He was kind of all around the court. He was in some of the places that Brandon Ingram would usually be at. Right. So I feel like Brandon Ingram still can do what he has to do. But anyway, let's get to this draft and everything. So, Wizards got number 2. I don't really know what direction the Wizards are going. Like, obviously, they're in a rebuild, clearly.
I think they need to absolutely get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
And guarantee, continue doing what they did last year.
Right.
Be as bad as you possibly can until you get a generational pick.
Yeah, I think
there's nothing you can do at this point. You wasted so much time with John Wall and Bradley Beal,
and then just Bradley Beal.
We all knew. We all sat here and knew. There was maybe 1 year where we thought, okay, maybe John Wall is terrific enough to get this team somewhere, but LeBron still existed. So
it wasn't LeBron. It was fucking IT and the Celtics.
Yeah, and that's where you died. You know what I mean? So,
and that's also where Isaiah Thomas died.
Yeah,
but I feel like
they wasted just so much time with that.
I also do agree. I feel like you got it. Well, first off, you're not getting rid of Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole's there, that big ass contract, how he played last year. You're not getting rid of him unless he really lights the fuck up. So at the beginning of this year, you can ditch him off quickly. Kuzma, I feel like you can move him. He played very well last year.
He's played well the last couple of years.
Yeah, and he...
it's just the way he runs his mouth in the media, he really jinxes his team bad.
Yeah, 100%. And then, you have young pieces. Bilal Coulibaly, you have Denny Avia, you still have Corey Kispert, you still have young pieces that you can work around and stuff. I feel like this draft, though, they got to get somebody who kind of got star potential. And this is it's another Frenchman, man. Bilal Coulibaly, they got last year. A lot of potential, a lot of upside, but really raw prospect. I feel like Zachary Richache, he also, raw prospect from France, has a lot of upside, but, could fucking fall on his face. But he's big. He's like 6'8", or he's like 6'9", 6'10". He's still skinny. He's got a small frame and shit, but he's good. He's got potential. Showed he has a little bit of a shot. No, I do not agree on that. Yeah, that's it.
Rockets got number 3 pick though.
Yeah,
I think that's really phenomenal for them because I think they could trade it. I think this might be the draft where we see a lot of trades.
Honestly, yes. No, this draft is going to have a ridiculous amount of trades.
Hectic.
Just because you could see anybody going anywhere outside of really like the top 3.
And that's why I like this position
actually,
for the Rockets.
I'm changing that pick.
Yeah.
Because they already do have Bilal Coulibaly and everything. I think they go the number 4 projected player in this year's draft. Yeah. I'm going Nikola Topic, honestly. Because, he did have some injury concerns this last year. He got injured twice this last year, so, iffy. But, bro, he's 6'6", 6'7". He's
at point guard?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, he's got a build to him. He's a great facilitator, and I feel like every team should start with a fucking point guard, somebody who can facilitate their team.
I agree.
And the Wizards, you can have somebody to facilitate, Bilal and Denny, and then maybe somebody to get Jordan Poole
their
under
pedigree is literally it always starts with a point guard.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you think Gilbert Arenas, you think John Wall. I mean, like whenever they've been at least somewhat watchable, it's always started with a point guard.
But I think Topic could be really good. And then that would actually make sense for number 3, Houston Rockets, them getting Zachary Reese-Shea. Because I feel like
the Rockets get one more piece no matter if they strike gold on the draft or they trade this pick for someone, the Rockets are going
actually
up.
Also I don't think the Rockets, if they pick, they should pick him if he's available. I think the Rockets should trade. Because I feel like this team, with what they showed last year, they're kind of ready.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
take that next step.
Did I overrate them a little bit? Yes.
But you were on the right path, 100%.
They showed me
100%.
what I wanted to see towards the end of the year. When
100%.
they won like 14 in a row or whatever it ended up being.
Gave the Warriors a scare.
Jalen Green
went on a fucking tear. But literally. So he went on a tear in February?
Yeah.
March, he shit the fucking bed.
I mean, I think the Rockets.
Say that.
I think the Rockets team in general shit the bed.
Yeah.
It was a situation where when they went off, they needed to win those games to stay playoff contention. When they lost just one game after that streak, because that's how the West was. If they lost 1 or 2 games, they were done. That's how it was.
Yeah.
And
then once they lost it, they just kind of...
The only thing that sucked about that run is that Sengun got hurt, Green went off.
Yeah.
You need to find a way to make that work together.
Because I feel like they can... They should definitely be able to
Brooks showed me everything that you needed to see.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was worth the money this year. He played
Brooks
great defense. He played offense when he needed to be. No, Van Vliet, but I think we knew that. I think they were, like you said, they needed to spend that money.
They needed to spend the money, so I get it. But literally, for me, I feel like...
But I trust in it.
I feel like, honestly, Sengun and Green could be a watered-down version of Jokic and fucking Murray, bro. So I don't know why it isn't working. But
it's Green. It's Green's immaturity.
Yeah, and
but he's working.
He's working on that.
And he has the perfect coach.
Yeah, Ime Udoka has been working with him a lot, and that team in general. Just Cam Whitmore as a rookie, he showed such fucking flashes in the middle of the year.
Jabari Smith had a better year.
Jabari Smith had a good year. Defensively, he had a great year. And offensively, he even improved. Obviously, Sengun had, all-star level year, but, he got injured and shit.
I think if they could find a way to get rid of Van Vliet, trade this pick, and get a top point guard, I mean, shit.
And then,
Trae Young,
Amen Thompson.
DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, like we said. I know I said don't trade them off, but if they're able to get one of those two, fuck. That team, because Udoka will make it work.
You put, oh my god, wait, hold on, wait a minute, I'm cooking real quick. You take Van Vliet just for contract purposes, number 3, and then one of them young pieces, not like.
No, I know.
Not somebody crazy, not somebody good, but like somebody. And get that for Trae? Number 3 in Van Vliet?
Either Trae or DeJounte. I don't care which.
Trae, big dog.
Yeah.
That could go crazy.
Because Trae would be perfect in that because they got the defense all the way around.
Yeah.
Around him.
And, bro, just the fucking masterfulness of just playmaking between Sengun and Trae would be fucking dirty.
But just imagine Sengun and DeJounte.
I'll say I'm not going to go too deep into this draft, though, just because I feel like
we need a little bit more time.
The closer we are to the draft, we will have a whole maybe like a lottery breakdown.
I think
I'll do a lottery breakdown.
I think what's another curse of this draft is that the season's been so good that and also Bronny has kind of taken away a lot of that because like I kid you not, I've gotten no updates on any of these prospects besides Bronny, and it's getting me tight.
Yeah, Bronny,
like generic updates on my phone.
Yeah, Bronny should not. And given, I'm a huge fan of Bronny, and I also feel like Bronny should not have stayed with the draft and left the portal. I feel like Bronny should have gone back to the player portal and went back to college for one more year. And given he still has that option and everything, but I feel like
he forfeited it.
If somebody will take Bronny if he doesn't get drafted, bro.
He can't go back to college.
Oh, he can't go back to college at all?
He already forfeited. I think his deadline was a couple days ago.
Okay.
He forfeited.
All right, well then, so yeah, I was a huge person of... He literally had identical fucking stats to Jimmy Butler's freshman year in college, bro. Right. So I feel like...
But with that identical stats, you need another year.
That's what I'm saying. Go stay in college, go to a team or just stay with the Trojans and shit. And now Isaiah Collier is going to get drafted. Isaiah Collier was the man in front of you. Isaiah Collier is probably like a top 12 player in this draft. So you stay in college, do one more year, show your potential, show your improvement. You're athletic, you have good passing ability, you're a good shooter. Just even if you pop off with maybe only like 11-6, that's a good collegiate season off good splits if you have good percentages. So like, if you just do something like that, and then you would probably be like a top 20 pick next year's draft. But
I don't care what LeBron says. I think he's really steering Bronny the wrong way. Because when you're invited by 10 different teams to go work out and you're only accepting the Lakers and Suns, that has LeBron written all over it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That has LeBron written all. There's no... Like, the realistic prospect is working out for especially a guy like Bronny that's projected second round. You're
56.
working out for every team. You're grinding this out. You're trying to show the world. But when you're only going to work out for the Suns and the Lakers, one is your dad's team, and another is a team that your dad would probably play for.
Yeah.
Like, this has LeBron written all over it. And I don't know what LeBron's trying to do. Like, I get it. You want to play with your son and shit, but you're not giving him the best guy. And whatever, man. You're the best. You're one of the best basketball players of all time. 1A or 1B, 1 or 2, whatever you want to say. Your son's already set for life, whether he fucking makes this league or not. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't matter in the stretch in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter what Bronny does. He's fucking set. He is loaded. LeBron's already gifted him a fucking villa after he fucking graduated high school. So it doesn't matter. But if you really want him to have success in this league, you're not giving him the best advice at all. Yeah,
and for him to be getting way more shine over players like Stephon Castle, Robert Dillingham, Reed Shepard, Donovan Clingan, like these, even the top 2 prospects with Zachary Reese-Shea and Alexander Sarr, he's getting so much.
Because I've only heard about him.
He's getting so much more time as far as like, bro, the media day at the draft combine and shit, not media day, but when the media were at tables and shit, they were all going to Bronny, and there was just like so many players that are supposed to be projected top 3 to 5. Sitting there with maybe like 1 or 2 people, press people at their shit, and it's just like, come on, guys. Like, you guys weren't like this to Michael Jordan's kids, I feel like. Like, relax. Give this kid a break. And also, just Bronny, just be smart, bro.
Yeah.
Be smart. But yeah, we will go into the draft in a week or 2. Break it fully down.
I feel like it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, because when is the fucking draft?
I think it's like a couple weeks after the...
No, it's usually like right after. It's the 26th and 27th. So in 2 weeks, we can come through, break this down.
Okay, yeah.
But it's just like, that'll be a week.
That's not a couple weeks.
No, in 2 weeks, we will do like a more draft heavy episode.
To move on real quick, built different players of the year. We want to kind of give you it's not an all NBA team, but it's our players of the year.
It's 5 positionless players that we feel like, we're built different this year. Come on, staying with the brand. So we're in a consensus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first off, to keep it a buck, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luka Doncic. Those guys, they absolutely showed out.
2 and 3 in MVP voting.
Got the Thunder where they needed to be. Got the Mavericks where they needed to be. You absolutely love that. I think Shai established himself as a goddamn top player in this league this year. I think he deserves all the recognition.
After this year, given I'm waiting till the playoff or till the finals are done to rearrange it, my top 10 is changed heavily from last year.
Wow, we might need to talk about that next episode.
Well, it might have changed. I'm waiting. No, I'm waiting till the finals is over.
Because like if Tatum wins, I think he goes into the top 5. I think if Luka wins, he's automatically number 1. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. If Kyrie wins, maybe you put him 5th. You know, it's crazy.
Kyrie put him 5th in the league.
He's that talented.
But Kyrie's barely ever broke top 10 before. He
averaged 27 this year.
All right, but you put him top 5 players.
Jalen Brunson was a fringe top 5 player at 27 points per game as well.
When was he ever a top? Did anyone have him in the top 10?
He almost made All NBA.
No one ever had top. No, but all NBA teams are not top players because Embiid isn't on all NBA teams. He didn't have games played. So like,
okay,
so right. All NBA
but some
teams
people
are not
can argue
fringe.
Like Kawhi, are you still considering him?
He's not in my top 10.
Right? Are you still considering?
And
LeBron
he was an All NBA
there?
third, second team.
Is LeBron still up there for you?
That's a decision I'm gonna have to make.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but like, Brunson and Kyrie, they're great teams.
Back to
they're great high team players.
You know, Shea.
Yeah, sorry.
Absolutely established himself. Luka making the finals. My wife is out there cooking her fucking ass off.
Crazy. You can probably hear it sizzling.
Shout out to you, Deja. You're on this Built Different list too. Point guard.
She ain't dishing no rock. Fuck out of here.
She is selfish and shooting that shit.
You should have just seen the form. It was crazy.
That's good. Yeah. Luka, self-explanatory. He's doing his fucking thing. Getting the Mavericks to places that some of these other fake-ass superstars aren't. And then we got Jalen Brunson. I think it's very fair to say he did things that even Knicks fans didn't think that he would do. A lot of Knicks fans were confused why we signed him to that contract. I wasn't confused. I was in the middle. I kind of wanted to see how it was going to play out because I believed in Jalen Brunson as a player. It's just we hadn't seen him in a situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. We saw him carry the Mavericks past the Jazz. But, man.
Nah, bro, I'm going to be real.
He's the first person to really push the Knicks to championship contention, though.
Keeping the stack. I had no... Like, we can run them files back, big dog. I said I could see, first year Jalen Brunson on the Knicks, 18-6. And then I said maybe his peak would be like 22-8.
And it's crazy because we have such a we have such a locked in front office for once. The belief behind Jalen Brunson is really good. I like him as a top 5 player for this season, as a Built Different player this season. He's the first the reason why I feel like he should have been an MVP contender is because he's like the first one to make the Knicks legitimate and so fucking long.
He was like top 6, right? I
think he was 6.
Okay, yeah.
6 or 7.
Top 6.
But I feel like he should have gotten higher than that. Just because I think the player that makes the Knicks...
What, so at best 4, because he's not going over Shea, Luka, or
Jokic, which is fair, but I do feel like
I feel like he can't really go over
thing.
Tatum either, though, just because Tatum had the number 1 team in the league.
No. But I just feel like the player that takes the Knicks above and beyond is a player that deserves everything in life. Like, all the virgins when they die.
He was number 5th in MVP.
Oh, shit.
So probably Tatum or... No, he was 5th. So
unless they put him above Giannis.
It was either Tatum or Giannis that were above him.
But either way, shout out to Jalen Brunson.
Shout out Jalen Brunson, brother.
Also on the list, Anthony Edwards, to go from doing what he did on Team USA. And it was just, this was the year of Anthony Edwards. If there was a Built Different player of the year from us, it's Anthony Edwards.
Because we were talking about him from last summer on,
from day one, or before day one. Day negative 100 to now, we were raving about Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards belongs on lists. I think he belongs as an argument for top 5 in the entire league. Again, this list is not top 5 in the entire league, but he belongs at least in the argument for that. He's taken over in games. He is probably the biggest reason why they beat the fucking Nuggets, which is the defending champions in the whole league, which is crazy.
Who everyone said easily are the favorite to come out of the West.
Exactly. And he kind of crushed them, and it was fun to watch. He got Michael Jordan comparisons. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
The food? What's that?
The fly.
Oh, Deja killed the fly.
Fuck him.
And then number 5 is obviously Nikola Jokic. We can't have a list without him. He's still doing unbelievable things.
Still, as of right now, this recording, still the best player in the world.
We left off Tatum because did the Celtics finish number 1? Yes, but he kind of cruised this year. And then Giannis, the Bucks were just a disaster.
27 and 9 or 8 or some shit is cruising is tough. But still,
Well,
I agree.
compared to a lot of other people.
I
you know
agree.
What I mean? And then Giannis, while he put up some great numbers,
the Bucks were
a flaming fucking disaster. And I feel like he could have had a hand in changing that. Even though his injury at the end, you can't really control that. But that's our Built Different Players of the Year. Let us know what you think. So let's talk about baseball.
Let's talk about baseball, big dog.
So Ronald Acuna unfortunately tore his ACL.
It's tough.
The MVP from last season. He was he was actually the first player ever to hit 40 home runs and 70 stolen bases. Broke a lot of records last year. This year he just didn't get off to the start he needed to. But that was because a lot of people suspected that he was hurt because he got hurt
coming into the year.
He got hurt coming into the year. A lot of people thought that he played through an injury, and if he played through a torn ACL, that was impressive. Because he didn't have.
That's also dangerous.
Bro, he didn't have a good year.
No,
and his ACL was completely torn, which means because I've had a completely torn ACL, that basically usually means that you tore your ACL and you continue to use it.
Yeah.
Because usually it's partially torn and then it's completely torn after use.
I've had a torn LCL.
You know, it's sad because this is one of the premier players. Last year when Shohei Ohtani was doing so well, Acuna at times was selling more jerseys than him. And it's just really sad. So shout out to Acuna. I hope he gets healthy.
He comes back because that shit is tough, man. Especially if he was playing on it. That shit could just be like...
Because he had a terrible year.
Yeah.
He only hit like 3 home runs after hitting like 40 last year. So it's tough. And on top of that, the last time that he got injured, the Braves won the World Series. So is it a blessing in disguise? You never fucking know. Baseball is such an unpredictable sport.
That's a fact.
So shout out to Ronald Acuna. Wanted to get that out the way real quick. We'll probably touch up more on it when me and Wolfie get on the podcast.
100%.
Because unfortunately, me and Wolfie feel like dickheads. Well, I do at least. I don't know how Wolfie feels about it. But we predicted his injury, sadly. We said before the season that he'd get hurt and he wouldn't be a top 5 player.
Yeah, they're scumbags.
Terrible. The Mets are a disaster.
Yes, the fuck they are.
What's their record right now?
24 and 34. 24 and they're down by the Diamondbacks. Or they just lost to the Diamondbacks.
Am I enjoying this? Yes. I think.
Am I enjoying this? As he wore a Mets jersey in one of the last few episodes.
Yeah, by the way, can I address that? I am so sorry for wearing that Mets jersey. Because I said it would be good luck for the Knicks, and the Knicks got blown the fuck out, and we lost Brunson, and we lost OG. It was a terrible night.
Yeah, it was because of you, honestly. I'm going to be honest.
But
you scumbag.
The Mets are a disaster because, you know, you have 1 year to keep one of the most important players in your franchise's history, which is Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
He hits about 50 home runs every year. He's a big boy, you know, big hitter, big part of your lineup. Your prospects aren't doing good. It's bad. They just sent down Brett Beatty. Mauricio is still hurt. Alvarez is just coming back, but it's like it's not a good situation. But the situation I want to highlight is Jorge Lopez.
Jorge
Recently got ejected from a game because he argued with the third base umpire. You may have saw this, maybe not.
I might have.
But he got ejected, and then he proceeded to go into the media to say that the Mets are a terrible fucking team.
I did not.
And he proceeded to get released like 10 minutes later.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh my god.
And he's not a bad reliever.
Holy
Wolfie will tell you he's a bad reliever. I don't think he's a bad reliever. And me and him will probably argue the next episode that we're on. But the Mets are a fucking disaster, man. So if I had to put this in NBA terms, hold on, give me a second.
Fuck.
If I had to put this in NBA terms,
they're the Hawks
or the Grizzlies.
But the Grizzlies are going to be good next year.
Yeah, but I mean, like the Mets, they can't help. Like their best pitcher is injured. You know, they didn't really.
Okay. So yeah, I got you. Yeah, because Grizzlies were having all types of people on their team because they were injured all year.
You know what I think I'm gonna do when we talk baseball? Just because you don't know it, I'm gonna start putting shit in NBA terms.
Yeah, throw shit in NBA terms for me. Copy. I like that.
But yeah, no, the Mets are a disaster. Am I loving it? Yes. You guys know I'm a Nationals fan. So
they're only 2 games up, so don't be too happy.
Hey, but no one thought we'd be in third place. They thought we'd be in last.
That's true.
Yeah, Mets are a disaster. But okay, so here's a question I can't ask you.
Right.
Who's going number 1 if the entire league was redrafted? And I know you got an obvious answer. So
Derek Jeter. No. Nah, Shohei. It's just like, bro, he's a fucking duo threat, bro. He can hit, he can throw. He's a good pitcher, man. Has, been hanging off of that this year? Sure, but, it's Shohei, baby. Come on now.
Listen, man, so he had Tommy John surgery last year. Mm-hmm. He's still hitting. But he had Tommy John surgery, and they're talking about that he might be able to pitch by the end of the year. If he does that, the Dodgers are fucking insane. They're in an insane spot. Yeah. I agree with you, but I have to pick a different pick.
Of course.
Just because I have to be different.
Of course.
But I like the pick because, you pick Shohei, you got someone that can hit, you got someone that can pitch, whatever.
Honestly, the person you're probably about to say is the person I would have chose if you had picked Shohei.
Yeah. So I'm picking Mookie Betts.
Yeah, it's two players that are on the best team.
I love Juan Soto. But he's not.
I love Juan Soto.
He's not fast, and he's still young.
Right.
I love Aaron Judge, but he still has a lot of strikeout in his game. Mm-hmm. I love many other players.
And he's real up and down this year, so.
Well, I don't know, man. That's
recently he's great.
But fuck my.
But
pussy,
to start,
Aaron Judge went fucking insane.
To start off the year, he was all real up and down. But
I go with Mookie Betts just because
what a name.
He won a World Series with the Red Sox. Yep. He won a World Series with the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. But the thing, this year is when you get all these good players that the Dodgers have, is that he's been a solid leader throughout.
Right.
And I think the most important thing for me is that he went from an outfield position to shortstop. Right. Which is so tough to do because he hasn't played shortstop since he was 18. Yeah. And that is probably, maybe besides third base, the hardest position to play in the whole league. Right. Maybe catcher, but when you're a catcher, you don't hit. You're just there behind the plate, ruining your whole life.
He's not old either, man. He's still got it.
But you see his stats, he's hitting .326, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs. I mean, he had a really hot start to the year. I would just pick Mookie Betts just because he's a solid leader. Yeah. I mean, when you consider again, he won for the Red Sox, won for the Dodgers.
2 different franchises.
I want a winner. I mean, Shohei. I love Shohei, but he hasn't even made the playoffs yet.
Right, he hasn't done it.
He'll make the playoffs this year, and we'll see what he can do.
They have no choice. They literally.
If they don't make the playoffs this year, I don't even know what to do.
And bro, the money spent on these motherfuckers this year, they have to make the playoffs.
Do you know the contract that Ohtani's on?
Yeah, apparently his interpreter got him smoked on that shit, brother.
No. So he's making about $700 million.
Yeah, but it's all back end, or a lot of it's back end.
So he's only making $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Until 10 years from now, and then the Dodgers are going to pay him for not playing.
Yeah.
So whatever. But yeah, I got Mookie Betts.
Imagine they have to pull up with. They have to pull up with that $690 million. Here you go, brother.
Imagine he just sucks. They have to give him that after 10 years of just being garbage. That would be all time bad.
$690 million. Here you go. It's about time.
Here you go, buddy. Thanks for fucking screwing us, asshole. And then he's gonna get paid I don't even know how they broke that down. I think for 10 years he's gonna get what he should have these 10 years, but. It's such a smart contract because they can just fill that team with so much talent. Well, they got literally Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, and Shohei is real endorsable. Maybe not through the, American market, but I mean, his the Japanese market.
Through the American market, he sold the most jerseys last year.
Well, jerseys and stuff. I mean, his own endorsements, side things.
And
I don't know. Is he endorsed a lot? Does he have deals and shit?
Yeah, he makes 80 to 100, maybe even more.
Oh, through endorsements. All right, sponsors and endorsements. All right, so he doesn't need that contract to be big. These certain years. That's where I was cutting that.
You made it feel like you're.
I mean, shit. Draymond out here talking about the NBA doesn't set players up for. Bro, y'all making hundreds of millions of dollars, bro.
Comment,
Shut up, bro. That shit got me sick.
The fines are never $1 million or more. You just gotta not be a fucking.
Bro, the one thing I will say though is the NFL. I'll say, I think Vic was talking about this. Mike Vick was talking about this on a pod the other day. He says they have it to where. once you retire, and you have to set this plan up through like your policy with the NFL and everything in your contracts. But once you retire, every year after you retire, you get like a 6-figure check every year to like that. Like is pretty much your like fucking 401k pretty much through the company through the association. I don't think the NBA has that and shit. So it's just like I get it, but also
if I had millions of dollars, I'm not gonna be dumb.
Yeah, get a financial advisor, invest, put that shit in a fucking hedge fund or a fucking
not even invest, but if you like
or IRA and just fucking have that shit build over the years.
If you're a player that gets like a max contract, okay, I can see you splurging money. But like if you're like one of those players that's mid, I don't know why you would splurge money.
Yeah.
Like, I would be just constantly putting money away so that when I'm done, I get to enjoy my life.
That's on Jordan Clarkson. Love Jordan Clarkson to death, but he's a mid-ground player.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he did get one big contract with the Jazz, so good for him. But it's also like, if I was a player like that, I'm not saying he does splurge or anything. I don't know Jordan Clarkson's life or anything. But I'm saying if you're that level of player, you shouldn't be going out and doing all this, like, LeBron-level shit. If you're Jordan Clarkson, like you gotta live to your means, even if you guys are multi-millionaires and shit.
So who's got the best jersey in the MLB?
Brother, I'm a slut for some pinstripes, baby. I feel like it's so classic and so perfect. I just love me a good Yankees jersey, man.
It's clean.
It's so clean.
It's clean.
I mean, like, is there other contenders? For sure. For sure.
Because even
but I just love me a good Yankees
even
jersey.
Their road jersey is nice.
Yeah.
Like just the gray New York.
Yeah.
So obviously that was the obvious answer. So
yeah.
I'm not going to pick that.
100%.
I love Matt.
I'm real obvious over here for MLB.
For MLB, Matt's going to be obvious, and that's okay. Because, like, if me and you are going to have a podcast and we're going to talk baseball, you got to be the obvious guy.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going the Blue Jays.
Yeah, it's such a fucking nice
that
jersey.
Blue jersey, like the blue one that they have.
You really put
the
emphasis
blue?
On that beat. Blue.
You feel me? Or the Pittsburgh Pirates. Because their cursive Pittsburgh jersey
it's nice.
Is something that's just so smooth. And I've been waiting for a player. They finally got him. Paul Skeens. I'm going to get that jersey soon. The jersey is just so nice. I don't know why. It's just a cursive Pittsburgh. It's just cursive Pittsburgh. I have to go with one of those two. I mean, again, would my realistic answer be the Yankees? Yes, because it's just so clean.
It's so clean. It's perfect.
White
it's
and it has
brother.
pinstripes. Like,
no
last
better,
name on the
bro.
back of the jersey. There's a lot of history attached. You know.
Oh, these are so nice.
So who is the? All right. So I'll say this: give your top 3 City Connect MLB jerseys, because there's a lot of trash ones. Just like the NBA.
But I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of trash ones, but bro, there's some good ones, bro.
Okay.
Like I'll say shout out to like Arizona, shout out to the White Sox, shout out to Giants, bro. There's some good ones out there.
That Giants one, man.
The fading Golden State Bridge, the gradient. Oh, it's nice, bro. It's nice.
Yeah.
But I'd say my top 3. I'll go Braves number 3.
Yep.
The Braves is. It's
the A.
The A.
I like that.
And I love the blue shoulders, the clean white, the small fucking number on the side, or like under like the fucking rib area. I like it.
Superficial.
Super. Number 2, I got the fucking Astros, bro. It's just this is
sexy.
It's bro, it's sexy, bro. And I just love the fucking the stripes from neckline down to the button, bro. It's nice. They got the nice little side patch, Space City, Nike swoosh, all gradiated between yellow to red and orange. It's fucking beautiful, man. And then, yeah, bro, I got the Cardinals. Man. This shit,
the Lou.
This is fire, bro. This is fire, bro. It's good to look at. You have, like, the subtle pinstripe. You have, obviously the logo, the Lou. The font for the Lou is so nice. They got the side patch, of course. It's just so clean. And I'm a red guy. I'm a huge red guy. A lot of you guys who watch this know I'm a red guy. So that shit it pops to me. What do you got?
I think, are we on agreement that the Astros have the best City Connect jersey? Because they're the only...
Number one for me is Cardinals.
I know, but like in our top three, the only thing we agree on is the Astros.
Okay, so yeah, we can go out and like combine.
The Astros are the best MLB City Connect jersey according to us because I have the Astros.
Okay,
it's just a beautiful jersey because it's not like they didn't go overboard. I think I love.
No, they didn't go.
I love when teams have one plain color in the background. And then they got a whole bunch of shit going on within the text and the lines of the the pipelines of the jersey and shit.
It's so nice.
Exactly.
Then, just like little details like that, go for launch in the back collar. It's
and that's what Houston's about.
Bro.
That's what Houston's about.
I didn't even peep this, the block pattern on the fucking sleeves and shit, bro. It's so nice, bro.
Number 2, I got the White Sox.
Oh yeah, bro, it's so clean,
Southside,
bro. Southside, the pinstripe.
So they debuted that jersey the first year that MLB started doing City Connects, and it was a jersey that I was really considering getting. Thank God I didn't, because all the players that I was thinking about getting are either hurt or traded because the White Sox fucking suck.
And bro, that font, bro, it just reminds me of kind of like LA Times font.
It's just
bro.
like reverse Yankees.
Yeah.
Like basically.
Yeah, kind of.
With
so
like I said,
nice,
the Times
bro.
font.
It's so nice.
And I got the Blue Jays. Like, listen, y'all can say what you want about that, but I love this skyline. I love the way they put the red and the blue in there.
It grew on me because I didn't like it off John.
You gotta look at this shit.
Also, I was
bit.
looking at a youth one. The youth one looks different, but it's a good fucking jersey, man. Absolutely.
So there we go. That's our best city jersey. So let's move on to football. We're doing fucking great on timing.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Dude, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna cut this, bro. That drink you made me, like when I added a Red Bull to it.
You added a Red Bull in it?
Yes, magical.
Oh, whoa.
Like
okay,
because the juice and the Don Julio, whatever it's fucking called. Jose Cuervo. Fucking when I put the Red Bull in that, fucking magical.
Okay, we might gotta try something then.
Yeah,
okay. Wow. Okay, so 3 parts Jose Cuervo, pineapple orange, and then Red Bull. Copy. Okay.
Because remember how nasty it was before the Red Bull?
Yeah.
After I had her give me the fucking Red Bull, like that shit just like I'm like.
He's lifted right now.
I might have to do this before every fucking podcast that I do, because no lie. Through an hour and 10 minutes of this podcast, we have fucking killed this.
Yeah, we've been moving.
This is probably one of my favorite podcasts we've ever fucking done.
Sunset every pod.
Because, bro, me and you have that fucking chemistry,
we just bounce off each other's points. Right. Anyway.
All right, so the Bears, they have just gotten announced that they are on Hard Knocks this season, which, how do you feel about that?
It's a hard fucking knock life, brother. I mean, I don't give a fuck about the Bears, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Who the fuck cares about the Bears? Yeah, I mean, they setting themselves up. They doing their own thing and everything. I mean, that shit goes without saying, man. It's just, shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, so the Hard Knocks, I think last year it was the Jets, and I believe the year before that it was the Lions. I love getting camera.
Were the Lions? Okay,
I believe. I could be way wrong.
Okay,
it was it was the Lions, or it was like a team that really sucked.
Right.
But I really love like documentaries like that, like The Last Dance, Hard Knocks, shit like that. And I think football needs more of that.
You think
football needs a lot more of that, because we don't.
Well, there's not personalities in football, and there's not like
we don't ever get to see this behind the scenes shit.
Right. There's not. Yeah, because football is such a. The people up top
it's just
are
on the
so
field,
tight.
and that's it.
Yeah, the people up top are so tight knit, and they don't let shit get out. That something like this, it's.
I just don't feel like the Bears were the right choice.
Yeah, no, I feel like who would be the right choice? Jets made sense last year.
I feel like the Eagles would be, because after the collapse that they had, I feel like that's a hard knock season this year.
Okay. I mean, I get why the Bears got it, but it's just like, I feel... Yeah, no, the Eagles could have made sense.
It's just too much too soon.
They were... I'm not saying they're favorited, but they were...
My thing for the NFL is, like, do you really want Caleb Williams to thrive, or are you, like, trying to take him down before...
Yeah, you're putting him in a hole before he even steps on a field. Yeah. It's crazy to me. But I could see Dallas. I could see Eagles. I could see
because Caleb Williams is that type of player to really just soak up that camera attention and get distracted. And shit. But I mean, I like it though because we get to see behind the scenes what it's gonna be like for a rookie to have all these weapons and this veteran coaching staff and shit like that.
I do agree. I do like if the Eagles would have gotten it. Especially because there's so much going on with that organization,
or like
bro.
maybe the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins got
Dolphins
it
could have been.
I think they were the team, unless they were like 3 years ago. But
okay,
I think like the Eagles or the Dolphins, maybe even the 49ers. But I don't know. I just think the Bears. We just need to see what happens this year.
I think putting all that attention on somebody who already has so much attention from being a number one pick, and he was getting attention from a year ago before last collegiate season even started. I feel like it could go either great or terrible.
Yeah, it's either gonna be. I think it's either gonna be decent or really bad. I don't think it's gonna be great. If it's great, we're in for like one of the greatest quarterbacks that's ever played.
Right.
Or an RG3 season where he's like really great and then falls off the fucking earth.
Poor RG3, bro. Shout out RG3.
Now
you really were supposed to do something, man.
Sad. Now he's just a really great reporter who got
great,
picked off.
Bro. He's funny, man. He's got some.
He tells it like it is.
Cool, man.
He tells it like it is.
Yeah.
Which is kind of his downfall at the same time. So Josh Allen, do you think he's overhyped?
I mean, so are people still overhyping him? He was overhyped.
Yeah.
But are people still? I don't think so. I feel like everyone at this point knows, like, the Bills is cooked.
I don't know, because a lot of people wanted him, like, as an MVP candidate last year. A lot of people really overrated his season
not last year, man. No, I mean, I know people did, but I don't. Oh, no.
Because he threw for 4,000. He had a lot
Whenever somebody touches 4,000, people just start sucking dick, which, I mean, I get it. 4,000 is crazy.
Which is why I'm glad
it's not 5.
I'm glad the MVP went to Lamar.
Right.
Because, like, the thing that Josh Allen was doing is he wasn't giving it to his running backs in the red zone, whereas Lamar was, so he had a little less touchdowns. His stats looked a little less pretty than Josh Allen.
They weren't as inflated, but it was for the good of the team.
If the Bills do good this year, I will finally give Josh Allen his flowers.
Yes.
But I don't see it happening.
Because to be considered a S-tier quarterback in this league, you have to be able to turn nothings into somethings. And Brady had done that. Who the fuck is Chris Hogan off of the Patriots? Amendola did not do good once he left the Patriots.
When I saw Brady throw it to a motherfucker named Hogan, I was like, wow. This motherfucker's the goal.
It's just like people like that. Rodgers has had some like questionable offenses. Mahomes last year had a questionable offense. Still won it all. They have the best defense in the league? Sure.
What Mahomes is doing is very Brady-esque.
Yeah, 100%. So, so
this is that year for Josh Allen.
Yeah, because
your weapons are gone.
Over the last 2 years, some people are saying Josh Allen was better than Mahomes. And I'm just like, that's a tough statement,
and
brother.
I get it. I get it somewhat.
I liked, other than him being on the Bills, because I'm a Patriot fan. Bills is just not somebody you are a fan of. I liked Josh Allen, though. I thought he was and I love seeing the white boys thrive, but no, it's just
white guys are up.
White guys are up. But no, I just feel like, bro, this year is the year, man. If you don't do anything with what you got right now and given it's
hard
tough
for me to believe.
But it's just like, are you considered an A S tier quarterback? Do you consider like a B C tier quarterback?
Like I said, so the Bills, they had a tough start to the year, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't Josh Allen that got them out of the funk.
No.
It was their defense.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've said it on multiple podcasts before, there was a couple of very key games where Josh Allen didn't show up, but their defense did, and they won those games, and they got back in it, and they made the playoffs, and then they fucking died. I don't think Josh Allen is a top 5 quarterback in this league. I think it can be argued that he is, but at this point, I would even put Dak Prescott over fucking Josh Allen. I believe in Dak Prescott more than I would believe in Josh Allen. And has Dak Prescott been loaded with weapons too and not done anything? For sure.
Yep.
But Dak Prescott is someone that is currently going through the curse of the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys are gonna win unless some fucking real magic happens.
Cowboys ain't fucking winning.
That's just the Cowboys right now. They need some real, because like whenever the Cowboys do get into a position, like if they ever make, let's say, the NFC Championship game, there's going to be so much pressure.
Yeah, so
much. That person that's quarterbacking that team is going to have to just ignore the media because there's going to be too much pressure.
They're going to have to be stone rocked, bro. They cannot be.
Because there's already so much pressure once they get out of the first round that Dak Prescott has choked every single fucking time. And no, I'm not sitting here giving Dak Prescott his flowers or anything. I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt because, you know.
All I'm saying is us as a human race, cannot allow the Cowboys to win because none of us will ever not stop hearing it from Cowboy fans, man.
Yeah.
Us as a human race has to come together and do what we can.
You can tell we're almost at the end of the podcast.
We have to do what we can to never let the Cowboys win because we will never hear the end of it.
Yeah,
again. But
if the Cowboys win, I'll probably take a social media hiatus. I mean, because I'm an Eagles fan. Like when the Eagles win, it was a big deal. But we didn't. I don't think the Eagles fan acted even close to how the Cowboys. I mean, yeah, did we climb the poles? Did we flip over cars? Did we almost burn the city down?
That's normal East Coast shit, baby.
Like that just happens. Like
that's
football
East Coast shit.
Football is big, but like if the Cowboys win, we're not gonna not. So if the Cowboys win, we won't stop hearing about it for another 50 fucking years.
Even if they don't win again for that 50 years.
Even if they are last in the league for 50 years straight, we will not stop hearing about that Super Bowl.
100%.
So fuck that. And fuck Josh Allen. Drew Brees said that he could have had 3 more years in this league if his arm didn't give up on him.
Think so?
I don't really want to comment on that because I thought Drew Brees was kind of just ass
kind of
anyway.
Cooked, in my opinion.
I think
not cooked, but he was definitely
even when he had an arm, he only won 1 Super Bowl, and he had teams to fucking win a Super Bowl. And
he that's had some an argument. Defenses, he had some receivers,
and that's an argument for when Bill gets back on this fucking podcast.
100%.
Bill, get back on this fucking
shout
podcast.
Shout out Bill. Getting married and shit. Shout out Bill.
And we shouted out Bill getting married like every fucking episode. But get back on this.
Shout out.
Get back on this podcast so we can argue. Because there's certain topics I'm waiting for Bill to get back on.
Yeah, because I'm just not equipped to argue like you are, Bill. Not for NFL. NBA, though.
My question for you... I cannot wait to argue with Bill about NBA. Some of his fucking NBA opinions are crazy. So, Drew Brees says that he could have had 3 more years. Who do you wish could have had a longer year? Maybe 3 more prime years.
I mean, realistically, this is a funny pick.
All right, so let me ask that question.
It's a real pick.
You're right. I kind of said that wrong. Who do you wish could have had more years, prime years in the NFL?
So, mine is. I feel like mine's a pretty obvious answer.
I got 3, by the way.
Oh, okay. I didn't go deep into that, but I'd say for me. Okay. So if you got 3, I'll just throw a couple out there. Obviously, for me, being a Patriots fan, I wish Gronk had a few more healthier seasons, and then also didn't retire and then go away. I wish he stayed a Patriot for life and everything.
Gronk was different, man.
And Gronk was even with the career he had, considered a top 2, if not
I wish
the
I could
best
be a big
tight end
like
of all
Gronk
time.
And just succeed like the way he did. Like
and bro, he's just a fucking unit and a character, bro. He's just a tank.
A unit and a character.
Yeah, but the guy I was gonna say though, Bo Jackson, bro.
Ooh,
realistically,
wow. Why didn't I even think of him?
Bro, because if he didn't get that injury on the Raiders, bro, and given he was like the second stringer, but he was still putting up numbers.
I'll tell you that
he was averaging like 5.5 yards per carry.
Bo Jackson must have sinned pretty fucking bad.
Yeah,
because that is some terrible luck.
Yeah,
when you're talking about a guy that was playing baseball at a great level and playing football at a great level, football better than baseball.
Yeah.
But baseball, he made the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And then football, he was generational.
Yeah.
And then to fucking destroy his hip or leg or whatever the fuck it was.
Hip. They said mid-game he
that was
popped
the end
his
of both.
Back in.
That was the end of both.
Yeah.
He tried to come back for baseball because that's easier than... Well, not easier, but
it's
easier
less
on
your
the
body. Yeah.
Easier on the body.
Especially hips. Yeah.
That's a good pick.
No, yeah, because, bro, he averaged
He would have been the best athlete ever.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Because he's still in the conversation of best athlete of all time.
Yeah.
But it would have been definitive.
100%, bro.
So I got 3.
4 years in the NFL, bro. It's all he got. And
crazy.
He had such an impact just in 4 years,
He made motherfuckers retire, bro.
Yeah.
That's how good he was.
It's crazy.
So first off, Jamal Charles. And it's a basic answer because running backs don't ever get really extra years in the NFL unless you're like Frank Gore.
Yeah, no. I'll say they,
shit like that. But I really love Jamal Charles' game. I don't know. I just really loved watching him. I feel bad that they threw him out on draft day to fucking announce the Chiefs pick. If you haven't watched that yet, don't. It's really embarrassing and really bad because this dude cannot read. But I absolutely love this guy's game.
I never watched that, but holy shit! I feel like I'm always doing something.
Yeah.
When the NFL draft.
Shout out to Kansas City Chief. Nick Foles is another one.
Oh, and that's a good one. That's a good one.
I get it. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, so he still got what he got. But I really wish motherfuckers got to see Nick Foles during his first stint for the Eagles. The Nick Foles that left the field with a lead against the Saints and was like he looked like he was going to turn the Eagles franchise around a few years before they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't get hurt, we would have never even been talking about Carson.
It's such a crazy story too because he gets hurt. They get a guy like Carson. Carson's now an MVP candidate. Carson gets hurt. And guess who's there to come back?
2 left feet, Nick Foles.
Yeah, 2 left feet, Nick Foles, who was injured beforehand. That gave Carson the opening to come out and be great. And then Carson goes down. Nick Foles takes his spot now, and then wins it the fuck all, bro.
Absolutely.
And that was the first Super Bowl we ever watched together, and
that was fire.
That shit hurt my chest, man.
You're a Patriots fan, I'm an Eagles fan.
That shit hurt my chest.
And it was just friendly, like we weren't beefing.
Oh no, bro, it was great vibes. Dom was there, Markel was there, giving whatever. But yeah, Dom was there.
And now one pick that I got is really controversial.
Oh no!
But I wish Johnny Manziel had a football career. Like, I was so invested in him. I didn't know that he did drugs before the NFL draft, and he just barely got by to being drafted and shit. But I wish he had a career because I love the money taunt. I loved who he was. I loved his whole game. I wish he got
such a meme, bro.
I wish he got a career. I wish he was the one that turned the Cleveland Browns around. Johnny Manziel. I mean, I hope you come back someday to Canadian football or some shit. But
I don't know how we missed this one. Never mind.
Don't say Aaron Hernandez. Is that what you were gonna say? That's exactly what you were gonna say. I'm glad we missed him. Fucking Aaron Hernandez.
Bro, him and Gronk would have been the best in-out duo tight end ever, bro. Come on, brother.
Oh my god, I knew you were gonna say it. I had a feeling when I made this. I said this motherfucker's gonna say Aaron Hernandez, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
RIP to anyone involved in that situation.
All right, so real quick, NFL. Should we save that for next episode?
No, let's run it.
Okay, so 2017.
Unless you think we're going to, man.
No, I mean we only have 2 more things here.
Yeah, let's run it.
Yeah, so 2017 NFL Redraft. So obviously this is the draft that Patrick Mahomes got drafted in. I think he was drafted 12th to the Chiefs. Hold on, I'll delete that.
It's funny going back and watching media after that draft because people were cooking Mahomes. Bro.
Yo, like if you go to
frying
there was like a Facebook post when the Chiefs drafted him, and like people were like, "Oh, I don't know, we should have drafted Deshaun Watson," and that would have been crazy. And like all this other shit, like I don't think he's ready. Blah blah
and
blah.
And he's turning out to be arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Like imagine you're a Lakers fan, right? You're a Patriots fan, whatever. I mean, obviously you've witnessed Kobe and shit. Imagine me as a Knicks fan, Eagles fan. Imagine we draft one of the next generational greats. That is such a pleasure. But yeah, this was the draft. Mahomes got drafted 10th. So obviously, we open this redraft with the Cleveland Browns taking Patrick Mahomes, right?
I mean, Mitch Trubisky was there for the taking, but okay, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, number 1, I guess. Whatever.
I mean, I'll argue and say, even if Patrick Mahomes was this generational prospect coming out the draft, I don't think the Browns would have taken him anyway.
The Browns.
I don't think they would have been in the right mind.
Bro, the Browns are just the Browns.
For the purpose of a redraft, Patrick Mahomes, number one, Cleveland Browns. Imagine.
Bro, history would be quite different.
Different as hell. They wouldn't have gone Myles Garrett, but their defense has been good over the years with around him.
Yeah. Even when he was out.
So Chicago Bears were number 2, and who do you think they take?
I was real iffy on this because I wanted to go Myles Garrett, but
they already had a great defense. At this time.
Exactly. That's why I didn't go Myles Garrett.
They drafted Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, and so then I was thinking, well, let's go QB, but we decided as a duo to not have Deshaun Watson in this draft.
Yeah, because I think
in hindsight, if you see what's going on with this motherfucker, they would not.
So the purpose of a redraft is to make this all make sense to what we see today. So the reason why we didn't include Deshaun Watson is because out of these 5 teams, the Browns, the Bears, the 49ers, the Jags, and the Titans.
Motherfucker.
Out of the Browns, the Bears, the 49ers, the Jags, and the Titans, during that time, I don't think any one of them would have been able to handle Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, if they knew what was coming.
In a way to prevent him from getting all those massages.
So, I think one hell of an offensive fucking unit, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. They would have been quarterbackless, but I think free agency they could have
found somebody,
a
backup somewhere.
And is that high for a running back? Absolutely,
100%.
But we're talking Christian McCaffrey, one of the only running backs that I think can actually carry a whole offense.
Yeah.
I love this pick at number 2. Now number 3, the 49ers, and this is disgusting. Absolutely filthy. Because if this would have happened, I think we're talking 3 Super Bowls from this point. If they would have drafted Myles Garrett, I know he went first, but if he somehow fell 3rd to the 49ers...
Because hindsight, he would have fell, but because obviously Mahomes is going first.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if he doesn't go 2...
I mean, even if they take TJ Watt...
Yeah, bro.
Oh. Disgusting!
Oh, my God.
We're talking Super Bowls of... Oh, my God.
Magnitude, bro. Yeah. Oh, my God. He would have done so much for them.
Yeah.
Him or Watt, but obviously we're going Garrett. But yeah, that shit would have been fucking nasty, bro.
And then
history would be quite different.
Yeah, because I really do think the 49ers with Myles Garrett on top of an already stacked defense that they've built over the years. God damn, man.
And then so obviously
the Jags,
TJ Watt.
And that would have been crazy because I think they've missed one huge defensive piece. Have they had decent defenses? During this time they did.
Yeah.
Because they had Blake Bortles and their defense was carrying that team to almost a Super Bowl appearance.
You know what always cooked me? That fucking name, brother. Bortles.
Or that, have you ever seen the video where he had the porn star fucking touring his house?
No.
And he had the sweaty armpits? You gotta watch that video.
Bro, I've just steered clear of anything borderless, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good on him, bro.
I mean, he had a cool couple of years because his defense carried him.
Defense did the thing, bro.
And TJ Watt, maybe that gets them to the Super Bowl, but
maybe it gets them to a nice little run. But
number 5, the Titans. We have a lot of picks, but I think Cooper Kupp is the obvious.
Bro, triple crown, baby. Come on now.
Who was the Titans quarterback at this time?
Was this Mariota?
Yeah, Mariota. I think if Mariota would have gotten someone like Cooper Kupp, I think his career, at least as a starting quarterback, would have been extended.
Right, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You're a piece of shit.
What do you mean?
You could have pulled up. You know how far away I just parked? Really far.
Bro, okay, and if I'm a piece of shit, let's look at my text messages.
Matt said this
where is the text from Dev saying I'm on my way, brother?
Oh, I think you said
yesterday.
No.
When I told you I was coming here.
And I'm coming now.
Pause.
Because you're here. And I'm happy. Where's Drake?
I wasn't going. I thought you were leaving later. So he could just bum ride with you. I wasn't.
No, that's why when I asked earlier, I
thought you were coming. That's why I asked you what time you were going.
I got to be there too. So
go make yourself a drink, man. I'm already kind of buzzed.
I'll say we're finishing filming right now.
Yeah. We're just about done. We got like one more quick thing. All right, so to conclude this episode,
Mariota and Cooper Kupp would have been crazy.
That would have been nasty.
Yeah, it would have been fucking ridiculous.
Because like Marcus Mariota, we're talking about that time right there. He didn't really have much. He had Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
but they didn't have too much.
Which was, I mean,
it got him to the playoffs, but it didn't get him.
But if he had an actual lob threat, why'd you do that?
Because that was crazy.
Why'd you just do that?
Sorry.
No.
Wait, no, I don't know if they even beat the Patriots, Mariota. Either way, bold prediction for the NFL season. Just one. I know I got a couple here, but I'm going to give one.
All right, so boom. Listen to me. Right here, you guys, right there. All right. Game number 1 of the year. Jets, 49ers. They picked up the motherfucker that hurt Aaron Rodgers last year. Boom, come back to me. Bow. He's going to get injured again. Bow, listen to me. Bills not going to have a good year. Listen to me. Tua, not going to have a good year. Rookie QB.
No.
Rookie QB.
They're not going there.
Patriots going to somehow make it to the playoffs because they number 1 in their division.
You can't even say that
Patriots going to be number 1 in the division, baby.
You can't even say that without laughing.
They can be number 1 with 7 wins. I don't give a fuck. 7-10, going to be number 1 in the division. Fuck out of here.
Well, listen, I got 2 because he just threw out 4. Joe Burrow MVP.
That's all in one.
Joe Burrow MVP.
Right. I can agree with that.
The last time that Joe Burrow had a season-ending injury, he came back and went to the Super Bowl. I don't think he's going to the Super Bowl this year, but I think he'll win the MVP. Mm-hmm. He's got something to prove. He's got a bone to pick, and I think he's going to prove Bill wrong. Yeah, Bill, you better get your ass back on this podcast because I'm roasting you every week until you do. And the other one is the Dallas Cowboys, 4th.
That's tough.
They have too much drama right now. Dak's contract. What's his face? Their wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb's contract. I think their defense is going to fall apart. They didn't add nothing. They don't have a running game. I think they're cooked. I
got them at 2.
I think the Giants have a defense that is capable. I believe in Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. The Eagles are going to finish first. I think the Cowboys finish last. And I think they're absolutely going to fall apart. They're going to rebuild. And if they finish first,
all I'm hearing is both of us pause. All I'm hearing is both of us think that our teams are going to finish top of their division. That's all I'm hearing.
But it's a little bit more realistic for the Eagles.
This fucking guy. You see the second half of the season for them? This fucking guy.
Yo, Dev, come on the camera. Dev hasn't been on the camera in a while. We miss Dev. We love Dev. But with that being said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave some feedback. Hey, share our podcast. To all you listeners out there, I know on YouTube the view count isn't high, but on the media, on the audio count,
Apple Music.
You guys are going crazy in Europe. You guys are going crazy all over America. Keep that up. We love you. Just email us. Go to builtdifferentpod.com. Go to this section where you can email us. Leave us some feedback. Give us some suggestions. We would do anything.
Listeners. If you want to see the faces behind the dumbassery that you listen to all the time, just go pop into the YouTube real quick and then comment what you want to actually talk about. It's just so much easier, so much quicker.
Absolutely.
So just some way, shape, or form. Just get in tune, lock in,
and we have a lot of ideas cooking. We're
100%.
Committed. This is the summer of us. Don't you worry. Hang in there with us. Get on the wagon. Get on the train. Pause. Have a good day, night, whatever.
Wagon train.
We might be rebranding our name. Who knows?